Canada Post. The Wheel of Death. And it's on. There we go. All right. Beautiful. Hey, hey, it's Monday night. How's everyone out there today? Biker News Canada. Coming back at you. Not a whole bunch of stuff to talk about really today. But hey, what the hell? We'll make of it what we can as we do. And we already got some people in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Troublemaker. Good to see you, brother. Troublemaker Leather. Nice. Let me know if you're ever thinking about some sort of sponsorship thing. I can mention each show and see if we can get you some customers and make it all work so it's fair for everybody, man. If you're thinking of it, if it's too much and you're not in Canada and the shipping and all that, I get that too. And by the way, everyone, don't forget, you can find this book on Amazon. Type in One Night at the Playpen right in the Amazon search bar. The book will show up. I wrote the book. It's my book. It's about my time inside one of the biggest motorcycle clubs in the world, late 90s, early 2000s in Ontario, the province of Ontario in Canada. And if you know what happened around that time, you'll know it's a pretty crazy book because a lot of shit happened. So anyways, One Night at the Playpen. You can get a signed copy from me directly. Message me on us any social media direct messaging. Facebook Messenger is my preference. All right, got that out of the way. And I'm also thinking about doing a sponsorship with a riding wear company from here in Canada, and I'm in talks with her right now, and we'll see how all that comes together. I sent her a bit of my analytics. You know, my numbers aren't huge, but we have people, right, K Wayne? We have you, bro. No, we have people. Facebook Messenger, bro, Bob Jarvie. And I will gladly give you my mailing address. And you are Canadian. Awesome, brother. Be good to talk to you. Like I say, I know I'm not worth a whole big ton of money, but I know I'm worth a little something. And if it works out to be advantageous for everybody, then it's the right thing. And that's it. You know, I just really want to start digging up some sort of income on this thing. I've been doing it a little over a year, and I got at least 100 people live. Usually every live show, I go Monday to Friday. We do our thing. Hey, Lulu, how are you? Good to see you tonight. Hey, K Wayne, I know Kex has got it, bro. Thank you. Right on, Troublemaker. I appreciate that, bro. I'll talk to you in the messenger more about it. We got 10 watching already. That ain't bad. So, like I say, not a whole bunch of stuff to go over that's big news or anything pressing. But the thing I was talking about yesterday when we saw that guy get ran over, so there was more to that story. Apparently, let me see if I can remember the facts all the way from this morning from watching Dragon Show. One guy was a rock machine. One guy was a Vago. Vagos? Vago. And they had a beef. And somebody in the comments said maybe the rock machine guy he heard took the patch off the Vago. The Vago pulled his gun, emptied his gun into the guy, and then the guy who got hit with lead, his club brother was in that white car that we saw speed up and knock that other guy. So as it turns out, from yesterday's video when we did the show to today, both men are dead. So it sounds like it was a big clusterfuck. The car driver was a Vago. No, I thought the car driver was Rock Machine. Yeah, so there's a Rock Machine guy took the Vago's cut, allegedly. This is all coming out of chat. So how reliable are we going to make the chat? You know what I mean? Like, you know, we can only take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to put my foot in the fire and say this is 100% the way it went down. But that's what I understood by the time I was done today's show. Was the Rock Machine guy took the other guy's patch. The other guy took his pew-pew, filled him up. And then the other guy watching his buddy get pew-pewed said, no, you can't do that to my man, and floored it. And we saw the video, the loop-de-loops. And like I say, now both men are dead. Shitty outcome. Now, obviously, nobody knows what happened before it, and nobody even really knows if what I just said is even got an ounce of truth in it. So I kind of hate doing that, like pushing on a narrative when I don't know it's 100%. It's kind of not what I like to do. So everyone just take it for what it's worth. The bad part is it was two men that were apparently in 1% motorcycle clubs are now in the morgue. And then there's Christmas and kids and you know how the whole shit, man. I had to bury two of my guys. It fucking sucks. There's no good way to put it. It fucking sucks. Two guys I had to bury due to violence, and I don't know about the string of other men I had to bury from car wrecks and then medical conditions, right? So, and that was only in the club for 5 fucking years. Imagine these guys have been in the club for like dozens and 20 years. How many funerals they've been to? Like, my God, it's a big thing in the club world, and you go to fucking lots of them, man. Yeah, and both men were fathers, so that's the whole shitty part, man. Yeah, it was weirdly steady. It's almost like the guy filming it knew what was happening too. But they said and the other thing that I learned this morning was the cops apparently picked up the guy in the car and let him go. Now, whether that means they're going to go back and rearrest him, who knows? And even in the film clip that we watched last night, because right after we watched the car hitting the guy video, we watched the news video that pertained to that story. And the video that we watched didn't mention any names of motorcycle clubs or anything like that. So all that information must have came like a lot after because we were watching Sunday's news on Sunday. But anyways, that's what I know about that story. Again, it was a shitty story. I still don't. I now that I'm 20 years out of the club, I don't like the thought that people have to end up in a morgue over the patch that they wear, man. I just don't dig it. Now, obviously, back in the day, I was willing to do that. Thank God I never did, either on the giving end or the receiving end. But man, it bums me out nowadays when I think back about it, you know, and it's not the way to be. I love the story about you and your bro. Yeah, man, we had such a fun time that night. I couldn't stop laughing. That's why I had to save it up and put it in a Tales from the Clubhouse episode, bro. You know what I mean? It had to be. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Lulu? It just doesn't make any sense. Again, you know, if the story of the one guy taking the other guy's cuts is true, they could have called in the morning. They would have gave him back. You know what I mean? Or they could have sat down, had a meeting. It would have got worked out. But I guess when you got one of them pew-pews in your pocket and it's the middle of the night and you're mad, I guess you decide that you'll adjudicate it right there on the spot. But obviously, little did he know that the guy's club brother was in the car watching the whole thing go down. And, you know, and if you're the guy in the car watching your club brother get hit like that, you're going to react. 100% you're going to react. So, you know, maybe that guy should have got out of the road. I guess 100% he should have got out of the road, but it's not a cool story to see as we're rolling into Christmas and all that kind of bullshit, la-di-da time, you know? Yeah, it was like he was already in motion, doesn't it? So, Southwest, what time you see the person says thumbs up? Or both people laughing. That's another fun part. Yeah. And it is hard to put it into words the way your night went. That's why I just stuck to we were laughing a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was moving in that car. Like, I don't know how much of a fucking running start he got, but he was moving by the time he made impact. He was really moving. So I was thinking that we're going to do some stories about shit that happened over the weekend. But you know what? Nobody's really posted many stories about, you know, the outcome of the events they did over the weekend, to be honest with you. And what else I want to talk about? Oh, that girl motorcycle rider in Colombia. a lot of the people, I posted that up on the Facebook page this afternoon, and a lot of people reacted to that. Apparently, even like people in my group and that, a lot of them watched that girl. She had a big following on social media, and apparently she was fun to watch, and she made a joke or did whatever. So that's what one of the girls said. Yeah, it was a bummer. Yeah, I know, 102 feet. It looked like he went up that much in that video, didn't he? No, I pulled the video off the Facebook group because C pulled it. So when you clicked it off, because I shared it from him, so when you clicked on it, it didn't work anymore anyway. But it's still at the beginning of last night's show. I'm not pulling last night's show because it was only 10 seconds or whatever of last night's show. I couldn't believe last night's show. We ended up shooting the shit for 2 hours. That was unbelievable. Longer than I do some interviews. And I don't, well, I came in with a clear plan of what to talk about, but we sure did go off the fucking garden path. Yeah, I know. Actually, I should put in a fucking a warning on that. You're right about that. So we got a couple things going on. I can tell you about the bikers against bullying from hey unknown, good to see you, brother. Thanks for popping by this evening. Slow news day. We're just kind of checking out. There's not really a whole bunch to talk about, but I like doing a daily show. It keeps me in touch with everybody. So out in Chilliwack, BC, was it Chilliwack? Yeah. The Bikers Against Bullying chapter out there in Chilliwack got in the Santa Claus parade out there, had some fun, took their kids. Oh, that's a way to do it. They trailered them. Come on, you're in Chilliwack, bro. You could have rode them. I'm sure you. I won't say anything, but yeah, the Babs. I think they could have rode them, but anyways. Oh, they told us they even got Santa's sled behind them. That would have been wicked if they could have made that all moving and rode it through the parade. But then parades go so slow, you probably bring your goddamn clutch up by the time you got to the end of it. There's no being late to this show, bro. As long as I'm live, we're here. Yeah, man. The Bobs. And Mountain Woman, too. How are you, Mountain Woman? Good to see you tonight. Yeah, we did have some good laughs wandering into the weeds there on the different establishments we were talking about and all that shit. Hey, Redneck, bro. I did a shout out for you last night at the beginning of last night's show. It reminded everybody of your website and the Biker News Canada code at the checkout. So I remember you once in a while, bro. I just don't remember you every day for whatever reason. But anyways, thanks for dropping in, brother. Yeah, they could have mounted them so the tires spun, eh? You know what I mean? But you know what? At least they're out there doing their thing, right? And they help out the kids in Chilliwack, right? With the bullies and all that. I like that. I like that a lot. When you hear them stories about the bikers all coming and picking up the kid at the front door of the schools and giving them a ride on their motorcycle and shit, that's always a nice story. Makes you feel good, right? So good on them out there in Chilliwack. But like I say, it's warm in Chilliwack. Mountain Woman, is it warm in Chilliwack this time of year? But yeah, I did, didn't I, Kayleen? I did. Hey, no problem, brother. Yeah, that's right, man. That's what I say, man. It's nice to see the bikers out there helping the kids with the bullies and the bullshit, Looks like they're gonna raffle off a V-Rod. Motorcycle appreciation giveaway. I'm in. I fucking love V-Rods. They're nice and fast. Yeah, they got right out there and hand out the candy canes and shit. Good on them, man. Right on, guys. That's the way to do it. Go out there and grinch it up. Have some fucking fun. Right on. Good on you guys. I like that shit. Yeah, exactly. Unknown. That's the way I feel. And that's the way it feels sometimes in the biker world too. You know what I mean? I don't like fucking the bully clubs where you do what I said because I got 18 million guys. Well, fuck off. You know what I mean? Yeah, you did mention that you made Black Dragon his own whip. Yeah, you did. Oh yeah, that's right. It would be wet. It'd be a bummer out there, I guess, riding the bikes. Yeah, I'm online. Nope, no, nothing's on. And then our friend Joey, who is doing raising money for Movember, he got himself a couple nice big donations, and he got himself over his $2,500 contribution mark. And so he wanted to say thank you for everybody. And I want to say thank you to Joey, man. Good on you. And like you say, he's the man I interviewed from the 12 Step Riders, and it's a good sober riding club. If you feel that hanging out with a bunch of sober riders would help you, contact these guys, man. They're good people. Okay, now what else do we got? We got all the one broken biker stuff going on. I thought it happened already. What do we got here? Late night at the Atlantic. That's one of the places that has bike nights. I mention these guys every week in the summer. Friday, December 5th, they're having a Christmas party to support the St. Vincent de Paul Food Bank in their area in Alexandria, Ontario. Let's go check that one out. If you're out that way, Alexandria, I think that's east of Toronto. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, bro. Thanks for popping in. We had a good laugh last night, bro. That was a fun show. I got 5 kids. I'm praying this cool will treat them better than they treated me. I hear you, bro. I hear you on that one, man. I was a year younger than all the kids I went to school with because whatever. My mom started me early and she made the school take me, basically. Get this fucking guy out of here. So I was always a year younger, man. It wasn't that much fucking fun. Wasn't that much fun at all until like what, grade 12 you finally get a growth spurt, and by then you're still a beanpole anyway, so it wasn't that much fun. You just catch all those 18 million dudes alone one by one until they don't want no smoke. Yeah, that's true, K Wayne. That's true, brother. So who's got time for it, right? I got a feeling that that's why some club that people are talking about, oh, we're getting burned out from hearing about this club, blah blah blah. But I got a feeling that's part of their success. Is that option where you don't got to be a fucking bully to people. You know, I know there was times where I had to fucking keep my friends from college the fuck away from the club friends. You know what I mean? So then when I joined the club, I basically not being a dick about it, but compartmentalized everything. So you got your friends that are college friends and high school friends, and then you got your biker family, but not very often do they meet. And when they do, I kind of had a wary eye just to make sure, man. Just to make sure. So what else do we have up here? We had a one broken biker story. So this is the reason for this group here. And remember, it was a red hair girl I did the interview with. She's a very nice person. She's the mainstay of the organization, but they're across Canada at this point. But they're all going and they're collecting money for the same goal. So they do different things from poker runs to barbecues to whatever's to have a coffee pot set aside so that if you get in a big crash somewhere and you're in between insurance money and whatever, they can give you a hand and help you out financially until whatever you need to kick in kicks in. You know what I mean? So that's what they're for. This guy went down in Montana, and he was down there in the ICU in the States. Don't know if he had Blue Cross or not, but I hope he did. Then he got flown back to Calgary. I can imagine what that cost. And one broken biker, they helped with the cost for his wife and his family to stay in Montana while he was in the hospital. And then they helped him after the accident when he got home too. So that's what we got groups like that around for, man. God, 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 God forbid that you need them, but man, it's nice to know that they're there if you ever did. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, right? From being the little guy, I had to learn how to be dirty, right? So that's what I did. I ain't a fuck. I'll bonk you on the head with something. Hey, man, thanks, Unknown. I appreciate that, brother. I really do, man. That's the One Broken Biker guys. And they got a website and you can become a member and you can do a monthly donation. They got lots of cool things. And they're trying to round up businesses so that if you buy a membership, certain businesses in your area will give you discounts and shit like that. I think it's a cool idea. They're still growing it and working it outwards, and I'm glad I had them on for an interview. We'll bring them back and do an update. You know what I mean? Yeah, they do. They give you money, K Wayne. They give you some money. See, I didn't know Abate used to help people like that, bro. It's unfortunate with Abate because they've been around the longest. Hey, Barbie, good to see you. Very good to see you. So we had a big conversation yesterday about pipelines, but you weren't here. But we'll have another one another Sunday. But yeah, it was an interesting show yesterday. Well, yeah, and I think they got One Broken Biker, same sort of thing through the states and all that. It's a nice thing that people do. Oh yeah, bait, but they've been around for so long, and they were supposed to be to help push to change laws to make life safer for somebody on a motorcycle. Or they used to fight helmet laws back in the day, which doesn't really mesh with the make life safer um commentary. But back then it's bikers rights sort of thing, right? And now there's the bro groups, which is the same thing, bikers right organization, and they seem to do a fair amount of fundraising and stuff, and good people, and they're looking out for the community and stuff. But you don't really see anyone going to fucking like in for an Ontario law, it would be Queen's Park in Toronto to the Ontario legislature and saying, listen, we need to fucking change this law because too many of us are getting killed or whatever the case may be, right? It doesn't seem to happen like that anymore. Hey, Gyro Lamb, how are you, bro? Good to see you. Well, that's the beauty of living in Alberta. So first off, you get your own beautiful mountains. And then, like you say, you ride down south into Montana and you get more because the Rockies just keeps on going, bro. It's a beautiful it's just beautiful out there, isn't it? Nothing better, man. Yeah, the prairies are beautiful, man. I gotta go outside. Max knows some of you bikers sitting in my home. Take care of yourself, fucking Tommy. Don't go there by yourself. Take a little friend. you know? So what else do we got here? Like I say, there wasn't a whole bunch of shit to talk about. We got another toy drive going down. I like to see that too, man. Breaking Barriers, Benefit and Dance, hosted by Satan Choice Motorcycle Club. Rise and Thrive Support Services is excited to announce an upcoming fundraiser to help strengthen and grow the support we provide to individuals living with mental health challenges, addiction, and dual diagnosis. As a non-for-profit agency, our mission is to help people with dual diagnosis and complex needs live fulfilling, self-directed lives in their communities through compassionate, person-directed residential and community supports across Ontario. Whew, that was a mouthful. Rise and Thrive Support Services funds raised through this event will go directly towards enhancing our recovery and wellness focused services, expanding access to the community and residential supports, and creating more opportunities for stability, independence, and meaningful connection for the people and families we serve. Rise and Thrive Support Services, Christmas Toy Drive. If you cannot spend some time with us on Saturday, December 6th for our fundraising benefit, please consider donating to our toy drive. Donations can be dropped off directly to our main office at 304 Division Street, Coburg, Ontario, or staff can arrange to pick up. Please only donate new items in its original packaging. So there you go. And RTSS and Satan's. So what's RTSS? There's Satan's Horde. There's a car club. I wonder if that's what the SS one is. Social club? Street crew? I don't know. So they got the toy drive going on anyways. And for now, it's 9059 CNT County Road 45, Roseneath, Ontario. So there's another drop-off point. Very cool. And the get-together is on the 6th. And there it is. $10 a head to get in. And let's go check that one out and show your support and all that good stuff for Christmas. You know all the good shit that we do. All the good stuff. Yeah, it is, Barbie. You guys got a beautiful province. NBC too. Both sides of the Rockies are beautiful. Nebraska and Kansas and Iowa. Can't tell the difference. Is that all the cornfields? Is that your cornfield states? Great Ryan area, wide open. Yeah, that's true. It would be. You had no trouble seeing down the highway in the middle of the prairie somewhere, right? You can see down the fucking road for 10 miles on a good day. Got us some cornbread. Flat terrain like Oklahoma. The only good thing about driving through the prairies in Canada is once you go past Winnipeg, I think it's only 24 more hours till you're in Calgary. It's just boom, just straight on down the road. The hardest part is finding a way to stay awake. State and Syndicate, thank you, bro. Fuck, I don't know why that wouldn't come to my head, man. But yeah, I think that's what he calls like the social club or whatever. Yeah, because he's got a whole bunch of things under the umbrella, right? I got to get him back up here. I got to get him back up and we'll do as a fucking an update and see where they're at and how much he's willing to talk about as far as sizes and places, right? There might be some places he doesn't want to disclose at this point. But anyways, you never know. Who else we got? Another biker down one. These guys did the biker bird bingo. I think we talked about that one already. Cash donations, all that. Good on them. So they're out there all through Canada. They're raising money for people in need, especially after a bike wreck. That'd be the worst fucking part is after the bike wreck, right? Now what do we do? Okay, who's this having a toy drive? Is this the same one? No, this is another one. So this is the DD, what do they call them? DDRC, something disciples. Come on. Dark Disciples Riding Club. So they're doing a toy drive as well. This holiday season, the club will again be collecting. Oh no, collecting toys for. Come on, kidding me? Gan Aquasra Family Assault Support Services, and that word that I butchered is a phrase in the Cayuga language meaning love among us. So no offense, I didn't mean to butcher it, but I knew I was gonna. I gave it a try. So they're gonna help out, trying to put an end to family violence. Six Nation Reserve, Ontario, Canada, and it's an Indigenous operated facility for Indigenous people. So toys donated will be distributed as seen fit by the amazing staff. So there you go. Reach out to a member to arrange for pickup or drop off of your new unused toy for kids of all ages. So there you go. It's Dark Disciples Riding Club in support of Six Nations Family Assault Center, and it runs until December 15th if you happen to be in that area and you can help them out. What the hell? That's what we're doing. That's what we're here for. So good on you guys. Again, really good on you guys. Helping out the community and all that. like it is, like it should be, right? The worst part about biking the prairies is the crosswinds. Yeah, imagine a fat boy, you'd change lanes and through the fucking median for one big gust. No, I don't. Yeah. Especially, when you just get past the transport truck and you get that one gust. Why do biker clubs think it is their right to take over the drug trade and poison the youth? Well, I don't know. I didn't think that they did think it was their right. I don't even think it's a club thing, bro. It's a member by member thing. Crosswind salt flash. Yeah, I bet you, eh? That's when you actually would want them fucking crazy goggles I wear when I do the Tales from the Clubhouse stories. Clenching orifices. Yeah, man, you got that right. Bikers should be like soldiers, not the government soldiers they've been for the last 20 years. I don't know what drum you're beating, Keenan, bro. Bikers are just bikers, man. Bikers don't have any obligation to anybody except for their club and their club brothers. They don't have an obligation. Like, are you talking about the outlaw bikers, 1%er bikers? Right. A lot of the bikers I talk about on my channel are riding clubs and people that give back more than they'll ever take from their community because it's in them and that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to talk about, with the outlaw bikers and all that, and I'm not saying that they don't do things for their community because they do also. The Fallen Riders is doing a big toy drive. Actually, I was going to talk about that too. Catch a bad crosswind on the prairies that can place you in the next lane. Exactly, especially if it's going to be an oncoming lane. That would suck. So you know what I mean, bro? It's not all this fucking bang bang shoot 'em up world. Not high wind, blow you in the truck or minivan, just wind. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't got to be a high wind. A lot of that stuff is linked, unfortunately, to mental health and then the alcohol or substance abuse and then the domestic abuse. Exactly. And as we're sliding into another fucking big batch of a lot of people being broke out there and losing their houses or their cars or wherever the fuck they didn't want to lose, then it's going to get worse. And it always does. And then, they can never put everything fucking back together all the time. There's too many. The Bacchus in New Brunswick. I have Bacchus, the chapter from Ontario on for an interview, and they're one of the clubs that I like, and they do stuff for their community. Again, bro, it's a member by member thing. You can't paint the whole club just because that's how they put it in the newspaper. Read how many people got arrested from it. Those are the ones, and they're not even convicted yet. Then you got to read how many people got convicted of it, and those are the ones, according to the courts, that did it. So it's not a club by club thing. You imagine that getting chased down the highway by a fucking tornado? That'd be the shit. Salt Flats is crazy. If you go so far out in every direction, it looks identical. Yeah, I wonder if it's got to be like that in the desert too, right? If you get lost chugging through the desert somewhere. Yeah, the pair of over the glasses goggles, exactly. But you know what? The ones I bought these new glasses, and these are fucking monstrous frames, which I don't mind because when I work on a lot of small shit anyway. But then when I work and I'm sweating, I found out last week that they fall right off my face. I hate that. But the goggles don't fit over them now. So the last show I had to wear my goggles without my eyeglasses. Good thing I don't write my shit down. I just wing it out of my head. Yeah, right that K Wayne. And you don't see the wind, eh? Yeah, I guess you don't really see wind, do you? That'd be a trip getting chased down the fucking highway by a tornado. I was in prison with the Hells Angels, cellmates. He got busted because him and four others tried to go around the RCMP. And again, around the RCMP, Unless they were implying that they were supposed to give somebody from something a payoff, which could be. Things are weird out there, man. Yeah, the desert play tricks too. I thought so. Yep. It's better than a goddamn motorcycle with no name. They were good for that song anyway. I don't know if I've ever heard another song from that group, but that was a really cool one. Ventura Highway by America's Good Rising. Okay, so they got a few riding songs. Good Annie Fog that works though. Goggles and eyeglasses is called Cat Crap. Oh yeah, eh? Huh. Yeah, you would think that skiers and those guys, because it's really cold on the ski mountain, right? So they're gonna condensate and fog up quick. What's Okinawa? Born in the USA, yeah, man. Man, when I was in high school and that song came out, man, we thought that song was the shit, man. You know what I mean? We thought that song was the shit. Okay, so we got a couple more toy drives. I know I've mentioned them before, but while we're on the toy drive game, we got the Ghost Riders Riding Club. These guys are doing a toy drive to help out the Guelph General Hospitals. So different places are getting helped by different groups. So get a hold of the Ghost Rider guys if you got some stuff. And I think you can drop it right at the hospital. But if you know any guys in the Ghost Riders and you want it picked up, I'm sure that they'll accommodate you. Who else do we got doing a toy drive? Fundraisers, Pro Christmas Party. That's about it. Maybe I'll stick my head up there. Hey, there I am. Okinawa, Japan. What the hell? You were born in Japan? Military kid, eh? Seen an RCMP Trans Am car. Wow, eh? I heard that they were like fucking, or was that in the States? They were pulling over the drug cars, the souped up cars, and making them into cop cars. Just to fuck with the guys, right? We got your car. And they put all the police stickers and lights on it. Not as bad as that guy who fucking fucks around with the patches and talks all crazy. Isn't that interesting? So did you get a dual? Can you go get a Japanese passport if you want one? That'd be interesting. See, military brats isn't really a big thing in Canada. Of course, I guess maybe it depends on what community you live in. Like there's a military something here in London, but I don't think it's like an active base. Hey, Mouth from the South, how are you, bro? Thanks for dropping in. So having a military brat when you were a friend when you were a kid, wouldn't be as common in Canada, I don't think, as in the States. INS approached me when went to prison. What, they want to kick you out? Yeah, watch out. Trump will say, where's your papers? Japan started getting their own chopper, biker, lowrider scene over there. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that on the, and the Outlaws are in Thailand. I think it's so is the Hells Angels, and maybe so are the Banditos. So those three big clubs are putting chapters in places that, probably 30 years ago, everyone would have laughed if you had brought it up as a suggestion. But they're doing places in the Far East now, like the big motorcycle clubs, and then even just the regular citizens, they're chopping up Yamahas and making them look really cool, man. And different sort of motorcycles. Even in England, there was a ton of guys over in England with Japanese bikes that they turned into choppers. They fucking loved it over there. They have SS Camaro in BC, and it got me. What's that mean, the edge? I missed that one, bro. Out to the south, brother. They said, yeah, exactly. If you're born in Japan, Trump's going to say, where's your papers? And ship you to fucking Honduras or some fucked up place. Hey, Hollywood, good to see you, bro. Thanks for popping in this evening, man. Japan has a very old biker lowrider scene. I love their work and craftsmanship. Yeah, because they got the patience and you see the Japanese art stuff that they do. Those little folded up things inside the bottles and made out of cork. They're obviously very good with delicate things. So you can imagine if they put that mindset into a motorcycle. You know what I mean? It would turn out fucking phenomenal. I really like. There's a guy on social media. He engraves the fucking steel of the motorcycle parts, like the tank, the engine cases, the fucking all sorts of parts, and he hand engraves every fucking thing. You imagine how many fucking hours he would have into a motorcycle? But man, oh man, it looked phenomenal. The first Trudeau killed our military. I was born in Halifax, so my father was in the Navy. Well, man, oh man, they haven't bought fuck all new for our military. And it seems like 100 years, especially the Navy. I can't remember them ever talking about buying a new ship or a boat or anything for our Navy. And like I want to cats who watches the news since I was a teenager, man. Oh, that wasn't Hollywood. That was Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. I thought it said Insane Throttle. You changed your logo, sort of thing, did you? I'm sorry, brother. Why they put you in a little box? I'm sorry, Mike. That's fucking funny, man. That's funny when they call him a round eye, eh? We were inside with a little triad kid, and we became buddies with him. He's a good guy, and they're very good people to know anyway. And and him and one of our biggest guys were fucking around, and our big guy hurt him by accident. He turned around and gave him a fucking whap, a big old kick in the head, and goes, round eye. And we were like, holy fuck, bro, settle down. I thought he was going to take him out, man. He was not impressed. I think he pushed him off the bench or something fucking stupid, man. Oh, chase cars. Right. We're talking about the cop cars. I'm sorry, bro. And then you saw the RCMP in a Camaro. I get you now, man. I get you. But yeah, like I said, I think down in Florida or one of the fucking southern states, they were showing the coppers with a vet and shit like that they had seized. Toronto back in the 70s had some real nice chase cars. You know what? My dad was an auto mechanic like my whole life. That's all he did for a living was repair cars. You know, eventually owned his own shop and all that stuff along the way. He always bought old cop interceptors because those things fly, man. Even the interceptors, whatever car they're using now, even the interceptors that they got out now will still fly because they have to, right? It's like you say, they're chase cars. Well, artistic, I want to give it a try. What's that? The engraving thing, redneck side. That would be fucking cool. It's a guy from Spain. I think I might have popped him on my Facebook group, but fuck knows how long ago it was. But yeah, man, wouldn't that be cool if you figure out what tools you can use and all that shit, bro? Because he does some, the little curly stuff and it all comes together and all that stuff. It's really neat looking. My dad served on our last aircraft carrier, the Bonaventure. See, I didn't even think we had an aircraft carrier in our fleet, William. I honestly didn't. Well, actually, if it was your dad, maybe we don't anymore. He's probably been fucking retired. Thank you, Mouth of the South. He's got a good point there. Let's do the like thing. I met a guy decades ago who cast his own 45. Cast it. Wow. That'd be pretty cool, eh? So he figured out how to fucking make the mold. That would be interesting as hell how to figure out all that stuff. They spend 23/7 on their knees in a box 1 hour in a day. I kind of thought you were going to say that, K. Wayne. I kind of thought you were going to say that. Good luck to you, brother. Stay out of organized crime. You fucking know. Well, I've already been charged of it, bro. They charged me with it and I pled guilty to it. And in fact, it's been so long, I have a pardon from it. So it no longer exists. It never happened. But yeah, I've been down that road. It's no fun. I like doing what I'm doing better for me at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, our country is changing fast. It's changing as we're living through it. We're not really watching, man. You know what I mean? We're not really watching. Be nice if these guys could all go sit in a fucking table and say, okay, this is where all the clubhouses are. Stop opening new ones and let's just fucking sort it out. You know what I mean? Or if you are going to open a new one, tell us now, you know, so that it doesn't fucking pop up. Because that's always what pops things off, right? Oh, is Bruce here? Hey, Bruce Inch, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Southwest, 100% it would be interesting, man. And yeah, who did we get? Mama Iron Ranger? Did we get her in? I didn't see her. I have a friend whose dad was a top cop in Toronto back in the day. Told me to go with his dad to the police garages. Oh yeah, I bet you. Eh? Even when I had a 4.6 liter vehicle. Mine was an Explorer, I think. But my younger brother, because he got more of the car thing than I did from my dad, um, he told me that the cops have the same 4.6 motor, but it's geared different, and they changed the firing order, and it goes like stink. But it's the same fucking motor. Pretty wild, eh? Hey, Steve Easy, how are you, bro? Long time no see. Good to see you. I don't know, bro. You have to get a hold of our man Harley. You never know. He might open a South Carolina chapter. It'd be SCSC, wouldn't it? That'd be cool. I bet you didn't think of that one. So I had to assure the INS that I was a lawful citizen via my consular report on birth abroad. Well, yeah, they got to have all the paperwork, obviously, right? It was kind of weird, even just for weird little shit that the government does. Because I was born in '67, it was Canada's centennial that year. So everyone who was born, or me anyway, I guess I shouldn't speak for everyone in Canada who was born, but I can speak for me. They gave us this goddamn certificate, an 8 by 11 certificate to hang on the wall, going, stating the fact the centennial, blah, 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 baby, and this and that. Well, when it came time when I was a teenager, start getting a driver's license and a SIN number and all that stuff, they gave me a hard fucking time. I had to take a couple extra steps to get the little birth certificate that goes in the wallet. All that because fucking I happen to be born in the year I was born in. Weird shit that they do in the government, eh? Cool. 12 spoke magnesium Hildebrand. Oh, that'd be cool. So you could cast wheels too. See them guys making the wheels on those fucking on the plasma cutters? They were pretty cool. I watched a guy when I was in England. He took me to a chrome plating shop, and it was an old school shop. There was like no ventilation, these big fucking tubs, and this much dirt on the floor. And it was all the biggest part of plating something is in the buffing, making it smooth. And they had all these tanks and these wires, and they clipped on and went here and out of one tank into another one. And there's a whole fucking big bunch of tanks that goes into, and then how many times they dip it in the chrome tank, it thickens it up, right? And all that shit. It was interesting to see. I can't imagine working on that polishing wheel would be very good for your lungs in the long term. You know what I'm saying? You'd be all fucked up. Yeah, I like them guys making the mags with the plasma cutters and all that, eh? I think it's interesting anyway. Steve, yeah, I haven't spoke to old Steve in a bit. Just the timing on Mike's show, I'm kind of starting to head out the door when Mike's show's coming on at the end of Dragons. If I pop in and say hi, I generally don't make it to the end anymore. Because unfortunately, what I was doing is after I'd watch Mike's show and then fucking Stags to come on, and then I wouldn't get out the fucking door till 1 in the afternoon. You can't really get much done at 1 in the afternoon start time. So I got a couple furnaces I got to fix this week. I don't mind hanging out till 10 or 11 because I can kind of push that around, but you get much later than that, and people are gonna say, "What the fuck's with this guy?" From what I've read, the terms like organized crime or human trafficking when used by cops against bikers super embellished and they aren't human. Oh yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. So if you got an old lady or a couple girls, I used to have a couple girls. I called them I was their agent So I would, because I worked at a strip joint in London, I'd call a strip joint in Niagara Falls. I'd say, I got a couple girls for you next week. Yeah, no problem. And then $10 off of their pay per shift came to me for setting it up. And I'd take them there and I'd bring them home and all that shit, right? Well, I think if you did that now, they'd fucking bang you down with human trafficking. But it was all fucking, everyone was consensual. The girls knew what was going on. We were open about it. I'm taking $10 from your pay. They're like, we don't give a fuck. You're driving us there and blah, blah, blah. But I think nowadays, you'd find yourself in handcuffs for the same play. You know what I mean? Just gotta watch how you gotta do all this. There's no room in North Carolina, bro. Listen, I'm gonna get Harley back up for an update interview. Probably, I don't know if we'll do it this month or in January. I'll have to speak to him a little bit, and then he'll give us the update, and he'll give us his plans for the future. And obviously, the club's brand new. They got tons of work to do. Yeah, they got tons of work to do. Back in the day, we would look for old cruiser to yank the police interceptor motors. Yeah, man. 100%, William. And you know the other thing that they're good for too, those Crown Vics, is smash up derbies. You can't kill a Crown Vic that easy. Hey, Gary, how are you, bro? Good to see you again this evening, man. Always a pleasure. There's no work when I was in Henderson. Well, that's because ain't nobody want to go to Henderson, bro. They closed down the still. What is it the coal mines out there that they always shut down? Them poor fuckers working in them mines. That would not be a job for this cat. I can't see being underground like that. No fucking way. Raleigh was at one point in the home invasion. Really, eh? Raleigh, North Carolina. That's odd, eh? I have a demo 45 copy of Vogue Canada. They issued in 67. Interesting, eh? They never gave me the record. They just gave me the birth certificate that I couldn't put in my fucking wallet. Fucking guys. What do you want, man? OG Bob became famous. Shout out to homie. Thanks, Steve. Oh, hey, I got Black Dragon coming on this Thursday with Chrome from Lost Gypsies. An all black MC from Toronto, Canada is going to join us as well. And as much as I don't love talking racial things on this channel, we're going to spend a whole night talking racial things because I want to get from somebody who would know the answers of why they started the black set, white set thing in America. Did they find it was, did the bikers find it was necessary, like for their survival, or did it just kind of happen organically, right? And Chrome on the other end, I ask him if he sees that sort of thing coming to Canada. And at this day and age, is there still really a fucking need for that sort of thing? You know what I mean? Or is it just fucking you're a biker, I'm a biker? Like, well, is there a need for fucking having saying in particular black set, white set? Spoke sucks are rather mags every day. The thing about spokes is they look so cool when you get the fat spokes and you got the ones with tons of them in the wheel. I love that look too, eh? But I think all my bikes have had mags on them, to be honest with you. 67 was evidently a big year before my time, but in my Canadian town, T-Bay, many buildings, parks, and even the colleges were all cornerstone 67. We need a booster like that. Yeah, that's strange because it wasn't wartime or anything, hey. It must be all down to the fact that it was Canada's 100th birthday. They went on a building blitz, which is cool. And you're right, we do need a big building blitz around here. They want to make a couple fucking dams and do some mining and shit like that. What about getting the fucking houses going again, man? Put on 12, so I can't hang out. But he made that loop. We put it on 12. Oh. Yeah, Steve's? Who's making loop? 300% mag wheels are softer and way better. Yeah. Number 12. I'm lost here, bro. Bring some salad. The week caller was just pointing there last time. Yeah. Matt wheels make me think the old BMX stunt bikes. Remember those with matching handlebar grips? No, I didn't really have those little more bicycles when I was around, and I think I was too old. If you don't know, K Wayne is a real G. He spent all time behind the wall, just like my dumbass. Oh, yeah. Well, fucking going underground and are down the sub for a living. No thanks. No, I wouldn't want to do that either, man. I think we're buying some fucking subs from somewhere. We're not even building the fucking things in Canada. Like, that's the shit that fucking rubs me the wrong way. They're gonna do a great big spend to buy some much needed military equipment, and they're getting it fucking built in Korea or somewhere. What a fucking stupid show, man. Jesus Christ. They even had a chance to build the airplanes kind of Canadian built because they're buying some jets too. And they're, I don't know. I have a knack for living in the Oklahoma tourist area, never had an issue. Right? I'm a dirt rider since my paper route days when my old Kawasaki road bike had mags. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. See, and I haven't fucking, I never made it behind the wall. And at my fucking stage of my life, I don't foresee it happening, brother. I can't see it. Radical Lace for sure. Hey, Vegan Cannibal, good to see you tonight, bro. But hey, dudes, we like our differences makes us tough. The old soft chrome shops are pretty much extinct. You might find one surviving doing industrial plating. Yeah, I bet you, eh? I think everything now gets, it's a different process probably now, probably different, things for the environment and the health of it all and all that shit. I knew guys that used to do the lead work on cars before they started welding them and all that shit, right? And those poor old guys were going down with lung cancer hard. You know what I mean? They weren't living long. Oh, yeah, we had the expo in 67 as well. Yeah, we did. And then we did it one more time in 70 something in Montreal, right? But yeah, that's fucking funny. All right. The other government making one. Well, now, even if they want to build something like a fucking ice hockey arena in their town, they got to fucking have fundraisers and get money from here, there, and fucking everywhere. Back in the day, they just said, "Hey, we need a fucking arena over here. Town's got 1,000 people." Whammo, it got built. They can't do fucking anything anymore, bro. And the Leafs won a cup in '67 too. So that's all the things. And I happened to come around in February of '67 myself, right? So it wasn't that bad of a year, I suppose. Oh, that was a good one. I think on that note, I think that last one killed me. I think I'll wrap her up. I didn't mean to go that long again today. And it's weird having 3 or 4 conversations at a time, but usually I can get through it and remember what I was talking about. You do lead still? To get Oh yeah. Really? Yeah, I wonder why they used lead back in there. He was doing an old Jag restoration. Yeah, you got it. You know exactly. I had to mute my mic and everything. That one was coming at me, man. I don't even watch the Leafs anymore. I used to like it when I lived in Toronto, and the kids would come down like for Christmas or whenever I was having the kids, and we go get some scalper tickets, and it was just for the night out. You know what I mean? I couldn't care less who won, who lost, or who tied, but it was good for a night out with a couple of little kids, 10 and 8 and shit like that. But yeah, dudes, are you guys all good? I think I'm gonna pack her down tonight. We'll do it all again tomorrow night, gentlemen and ladies. I always appreciate you girls stopping in and saying hi too. Barbie and Lulu and Mountain Woman and all the rest. Much love to you guys too. Well, people, Yeah. Can I remember we brazed some quarter panels on a 60, maybe 7 or 8 Dodge Monaco ragtop. The old man restored for me. I drove it when I was 16. I was the only guy in town with this fucking old ragtop and all painted black. It was like driving a fucking tugboat, 318, so it didn't go very fast. But man, oh man, when they brazed it, man, they go, be all fucking. It was quite a scene. But they didn't have wire welding back then, man. Yeah, and it is a craftsman. I would imagine if a guy could do the shit like lead work, that'd be a good thing. We were talking about that guy in Spain that engraves the motorcycle parts. I would imagine that lead would be the perfect medium to practice in and figure it out, right? But yeah, I'm gonna sign off. You guys are signing off for me. I appreciate that because I'm fucked and I don't know when to stop talking. So, anyways, I love you guys. Couldn't do this thing without you. We're going to do it every Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. If I'm a little late, because I got stoned somewhere, but I'll be along. All right. And we got BD and Chrome this Thursday for an interview at 8 p.m. Get in the chat and ask some questions. Until then, like I say, much love, and we'll see you later. Be safe.